Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take a resonance and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below. I think I said that already. Remember that tarot as a tool is not the final rule. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your shares and your subscribe. Be sure to tell a family, friend, or foe, or you know to come on over and subscribe to the channel so they can be privy to these what? Spiritual notifications. Yes, we sing over here on key or off key. It all sounds good to me. It all sounds good to me. All right. Okay. It all sounds good to me. On key or off key. Yes. One second, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. First card we have here, collective, is the nurture of records. Okay. And so I'm picking up that you could be someone who could be learning or studying some kind of tradition in your family. Okay. You could be learning some kind of tradition, following some kind of tradition, some kind of study, okay, in your family, in your lineage. This skill could be being passed on down to you, maybe from someone who's elderly, maybe from someone who is well respected, someone who's very informative about your bloodline and your lineage. You could be like in study, that's very studious at this time. Like the Page of Pentacles energy, being very determined, being willing to be the student. A great teacher is willing to be a student at all times, and vice versa. So you're in that energy of willing to do what is necessary to obtain this wisdom, this skill, this knowledge. And so it can be being passed down to you from an aunt or uncle, aunt or uncle, an auntie or an uncle, a matriarch of the family, someone who knows a lot about the lineage. And when I say know a lot, they know the most. They're the one in your family currently living. Let me say this right. They are the one in your family collective currently living that knows the most about your lineage. So if you had someone in your family who was very gifted, they had different intuitive abilities, because there are many different intuitive abilities, whether it's clair, audio, there are a lot of different gifts, that you were not aware of. And so this person could be teaching you about your abilities, but also sharing with you who in your lineage had these gifts first, far as what they know, okay? Because we have a lot of ancestors. And so they could be teaching you about yourself, how to heighten your gifts, how to protect yourself. They could be teaching you about metaphysics, spirituality, esoteric wisdom, however you want to refer to it. Hidden wisdom. I don't like to say hidden because nothing is hidden. It all depends on the frequency you're on. Okay, bars. I just gave you a jewel there. Okay, but they could be teaching you and showing you this. And they're doing this one-on-one in private. This person is doing this in private because they're also sharing with you that being chosen comes with a lot responsibility, such as being wise with how you utilize your gifts, protecting yourself, knowing how not to be a chatty patty. Reminds me of that high priestess energy. When I think of the high priestess card, I always pick up on someone who's they know what to share and what not to share. They know what to keep on ice. They know what to keep on reserve. So you could have someone in your family teaching you these things. and they're telling you to keep it private, not because you're doing something diabolical or wrong. It's for your protection, and it's for their protection too. This person could be very gifted as well, and so there are things that comes with being chosen. There are things that comes with being intuitive. There are things that comes with being an empath. Okay, and so they're sharing these things with you. You could be meeting with this person, maybe at their home. Maybe sometimes you meet somewhere and go and have coffee or tea. You're not talking over the telephone. I'm picking up, this is someone who's in person doing these meetings and showing you this skill. You're learning about maybe different crystals. They could be also showing you about tarot, divination. There also could be showing you the many layers of divination and the many styles and way to be a diviner. It's not just through cards. There are some people who can just tap in and just read. Just like I'm speaking to you now, and I haven't picked up another card. They could be sharing with you, the history and also intriguing you on how to do research. That this path is not something that can be mocked or duplicated or imitated under the umbrella of your gifts, and the path that you are on is less traveled, and you're supposed to make it one of your own. And so, with that being said, they could be intriguing you to do a lot of research, showing you what to read, what to study, and just making you aware of how to protect yourself, how to cleanse yourself, things like how to cleanse your home, how to recognize what energy is yours and isn't yours. Uh, yeah, okay. And so, yes, you could be interested in divination, because I see someone learning how to read tea leaves, how to read coffee mug. I see someone learning how to read smoke. Okay, you're interested in it. You're not learning it all at once, but you're being taught about it. You're speaking about it. This person is talking to you and showing you the many layers and many ways to go about spiritual guidance. And so there could also be a pact maybe you've made with this family member. They probably told you, let's keep this private. Let's keep this between us. The moment that you share that I'm teaching you this, or I'm sharing this with you, I will stop. I will stop showing you. I will stop teaching you. That's for somebody. This is a very special. You are very special, collective, whoever you are. Okay. Use your gifts wisely. Okay. And so the next card we have here is the student of brushes. And as you see, this person has paint all over them. Looks like they're having fun, having a good time. Maybe doing some creating, maybe doing some painting. But the message is being conveyed to make sure you're using your gifts wisely. Don't take for granted what you are learning or the information you are being told. And also, there will be many things that you will be learning that is not to be shared with anyone. Um, Confirmation, and be prepared to lose connections with people. There will be people who will no longer want to communicate with you or deal with you, not because of what you are studying. It's just that you're going to begin to change. Even if you're keeping it private, it's going to reflect on the outside as you increase your knowledge, as you increase your wit, as you gain more knowledge, it will reflect. They're saying even in your mannerisms and how you speak, how you communicate, people will notice a change in you. You may feel like you're all over the place right now, and you may be in awe and shock of what you're being told, what you're learning. Prepare to be amazed. Your spirit guides are saying be prepared to be amazed. This is an amazing journey. It is one less traveled. And very many are called, but very few answer the call, when they are chosen. And so you were chosen to walk this path. So allow those who choose to lose contact with you or no longer interact with you in the way that they used to, allow them to fall to the side. Continue to be a student of yourself. Continue to learn and continue to grow. You may be also learning about how to protect yourself when you are astral traveling, how to protect yourself, different things you can put in your home, around your bed to protect yourself in your dream state, okay? You could be having dreams where you wake up and maybe you're running in a dream. I'm picking up someone's dreaming, they're running in a dream and they wake up, they're out of breath. Or if you're not running, the dreams that you have when you wake up, you're sweating and you're breathing hard. So you could have this family member. They're not saying whether it's an aunt or an uncle, aunt or auntie or uncle. Okay. So they could be teaching you about different things here to protect yourself, things you can put in your car, carry in your pocket, things to put in your home, in your bedroom, just for protection. Not to hurt or harm anyone, but to protect you, okay? Because you are gifted just as well as you are gifted, other people are gifted too. Don't be mistaken. To be intuitive or be empathic does not have a look. To be gifted, it does not have a look. It is not about a crystal. It is not about the clothing you wear. It's not about your hairstyle. They're saying trust that you are not the only one that is gifted. So take the things that you are learning seriously. You don't have to be nervous. You can relax. Okay? You can relax. You don't have to be nervous. This isn't to scare you and put you in a mode of anxiety. But you will be learning on this path how to release your fears and how to relax. As I say, relax. The Four of Pens are here. So you see, as this person's laying down, their eyes are closed, they're listening to music. You could also be intrigued to listen to different, to cleanse your energy, to keep you calm, to keep you balanced. Okay. Okay, now they're saying enjoy yourself. Take it easy. Enjoy yourself. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to rush about. Under when it comes to spirituality, this is something that you make your own. There is nothing to imitate or duplicate. There is not an answer key. There is not a key for you to go and look and like at the back of the what is that, the crossword puzzle books. At the back, all the answers are in the back where you can like cheat. There is no cheat sheet. There is no right. There is no wrong. Make it your own and stand in confidence in all that you do and be mindful of how you use your gifts. There are many people who want to jump on the bandwagon of spirituality, of learning esoteric wisdom because they are interested in doing rituals. They're interested in tapping into energy in areas that they are unfamiliar with. Do not become one of those. That's for somebody. Make sure that you are well informed of anything and that your intentions are pure. They will talk to you about that. Okay, so whoever's, whether this is an auntie, an uncle, a cousin, whatever relative this is, they're going to talk to you about that. About not using your gifts because maybe somebody bumped you in the store. There are rules. There are layers and layers of rules. There are laws, spiritual laws, natural laws that must be followed, or you will pay the penalty. Do not misuse your gifts. Do not let anyone talk you into misusing your gifts. The next card we have here is solitary. So you could be doing meditation. You could also be guided or intrigued. This person who's teaching you, who has you under their wing, could be inspiring you to practice being in solitary, which is the hermit energy. You could have Virgo placement somewhere in your chart so that you can fine tune your spiritual connection. You really got to live this, do this, breathe this. You got to live this, do this, and breathe this. This is nothing to play with. You got to live this, do this, and breathe this. That's the message. Sounds weird, but that's the message, collective. You got to live this, do this, and breathe this. And so you don't have to do everything at once. The things that you are learning, you're going to find what works for you. And as you work on one area, it will take a domino effect and it will guide you to learn something else new. So you don't have to rush and be anxious and learn about everything immediately. You may want to go into astrology. You don't have to learn about astrology and crystals and tarot, and learn about okay. And okay, I'm not going to say that, but you don't have to do it all at once. Okay. But just like you have, you're gifted. Not everyone in the world is gifted. It's just what it is. Not everyone is chosen. People are chosen, but everyone is not chosen. As such as you, collective. You're very special. Whoever you are, you're very special. I did not expect this read to go here at all, but I have to give this message because this is what it is, and I respect the craft. So, either way, you know, enjoy yourself. You will be tested. There are levels to this, and there is no competition. There's no need to compete, but make it your own. You may notice, in the future, the near future, they're saying you may come across someone who may show interest in the things that you are studying, but be careful not to share, not to speak on what you know. This hermit energy is going to show you how to be more observant. You're also going to learn that you really need to do nothing at all when it comes to people, conflict, any kind of resistance. Not to say that you have to be oblivious or gullible, but you're going to learn that a lot of situations that you have allowed to get you off your square or um, derail you from focus, you're going to find that the truth is, you really don't have to do anything at all because there is rules to this and there is laws to this that must be followed and respected, or you could lose your rite of passage. You could lose your rite of passage. Things could be stripped from you. And if you're worried about protection, you're going to learn about that, on what to do and how to do it without being frivolous or lacking compassion for innocent bystanders. Because we all have ancestors, we all have guardian angels. And just because an ancestor may be assigned to you at one point in your life, it may change moving forward. There are layers to this. And you will be studying and you will become over time, there is no rush. You will apply all that has been learned and it will turn into wisdom gained. You may not want to do divination. You may change your mind, and they're saying it's okay to change your mind. There are many things you can do. It does not have to be a tarot card. It does not have to be selling candles or oils or soaps. You could want to go and become a nurse or a doctor, a lawyer. You could want to be a school teacher. You could want to be a cook, a chef, an executive chef, the one that runs the kitchen and make all those fancy, beautiful dishes. You can utilize your gifts to be of assistance in many ways. Remember, it is not a look. Do not be fooled. It is not a look. It is not a crystal. It is not someone saying ashe all day, every day. You can say ashe, ashe, Uncle Johnson, namaste. You can say those things. You can speak in Hebrew, do some Latin. You can do those things. But they're saying those are the tools. They are tools. The power is within. The power is within you. And you will learn this because I'm picking up on someone who is going to really respect and honor their craft. And as I repeat the word craft, if you're taking that as, ooh, she's saying witchcraft, maybe I am. Let me get my broom. So you'll learn what to give your attention to and what not to give your attention to. There are many people who have tempted to walk this path. The ancestor is saying as they're conveying this message. And some throw in the towel. You have even seen people crash out, breaking down, crying, saying they don't want to do it no more. There's something about being stripped of everything. Who are you when you are stripped of everything? And when I say stripped of everything, I'm speaking of those things that you are accustomed to having in reach on a daily. You know, are you someone who is willing to learn how to go into hermit mode? Are you okay, with sitting in silence? Are you okay with change? Are you okay with the process of unlearning? Because you will find that what you thought that you know nothing at all. It's like breaking out of a shell and you're starting all over. I just want to say congratulations, and you're going to be just fine, whoever you are. You're going to be just fine. Yeah, congratulations, and you're going to be just fine. Okay? This is a very spiritual read. This is deep. This is deep. Yeah, so be mindful of sharing the knowledge that you will be gaining. There are some things that you have to keep to yourself. Okay? Just like I'm speaking slowly and being mindful how I deliver this message. Be mindful. Everything doesn't need to be seen, everything doesn't need to be heard. You are not learning any knowledge so that you can go and point the finger and say, look at me, look at me. That is not what this is about. There are many who tempt, they're telling me to say tempt. They tempt to walk the path and they get it misunderstood. It's not about competition. It's about going deep. It's about going on a journey. It's about surrendering. It's about surrendering. It's about healing. It's about, becoming aligned and centered and coming to an inner standing, not just an understanding, but an inner standing. Connecting with all pieces of you, the good, the bad, the happy, the sad, every part of you, and learning to embrace who you truly are. And growing within yourself, increasing your confidence, which will lead you to your divine purpose. Releasing your insecurities, releasing your fears, releasing those jokes or comments that they said about you. Maybe they called you Applehead when you was a kid. Maybe they said you got big feet. They called you boat feet. Okay? Whatever it is. Maybe you were teased or tormented. It's just an example. But surrendering, releasing those things. Surrendering the idea of you can't and realizing that you always could. Tapping into your inner niggle, your inner wiggle, and harnessing your power and standing in your truth 10 toes down and not even caring what a ninja got to say. Actually, you'll grow to love it, whether it's negative or positive. You'll see it as a compliment and you'll appreciate it. Enjoy your journey. Enjoy your life, collective. You are very special. They want you to know that. You could be someone who has a beautiful voice as well. Maybe you want to become a singer or an artist. Maybe you're already a singer. Maybe you sing at church in your choir. All are welcome on this channel. Doesn't matter what your belief system is. This channel is not about me trying to convince anyone to do anything. These are intuitive, guided messages. Everything on this channel is spiritually led. There are no other intentions. You can surrender your assumptions whenever you click on Lady Noble's channel. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But you may be a singer, male or female. You have a beautiful voice. That is another gift. You can have a voice or a sound that heals people. Okay, that shifts a person's perception. You know, a voice that is beautiful, male or female, that makes a person feel uplifted. There's a special quality about you when people meet you or they're in your presence and they don't know what it is. Preparation of a warrior. Preparation of a warrior is who you are. So you're leaving behind some things. You're leaving behind some things. You're turning your back. There's relationships that you will lose connection with. You have to realize that they have had their moment, their time with you. And you owe no explanation. You don't have to announce your departure or your arrival. You're taking your power back and you're going to walk into your purpose and learn about your divine purpose, because we all are uniquely, individually, divinely created. But before you can walk into your purpose, there is a process. Many processes, many steps. There is a journey. What the length is, I don't know. They're not saying. But there are some things that you're leaving behind. And you're glad to do it. Look at you. You're all packed up and you at the door. You ready. You like, ready. They're like road trip at 5, collective like, ready. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. This reading resonates with you. But the chosen are a few. Be easy on yourself. Enjoy the process, and you're going to do wonderful. Just allow the process of the unlearning to begin. And as I informed someone, I believe yesterday or today, be mindful that as you get in the center and get to the point of loving what you're doing, I mean, you're loving it. Things are rolling and unfolding, and you're learning this, and you're passionate, and you're excited, and you want to share it with somebody, but you can't because they're not interested. They're not going to understand it anyway. But who's ever teaching you this, they're going to explain all that to you. You know, you're not being given this information to awaken other people unless a student arrives, you will know. But that's later on down the line. But allowing the process of the unlearn to begin. But when you're good and you're in it, you will be tested. There will be things that will pop up, whether it's on TV, social media, signs and synchronicities around you, a conversation from someone you know, or a total stranger that may try to intrigue that what you are learning or studying is something to fear. Something's going to happen to you. Or someone has a video on social media crashing out talking about why they don't do this and they did this and they went back to the church and they went here and they went there. There's nothing wrong with church. But I'm letting you know this is for somebody. I had to inform somebody, I think that was yesterday. Be careful. You'll be tested. There's going to be things popping up to test you. Social media, on TV, this could pop up through signs and synchronicities. You could see something you was just studying and it pop up. It's not all negative or bad, but I'm just forewarning you. Don't fall for the illusion that the path that you are on is wrong or something's going to happen. Ooh, you know, something's going to happen. She holding up a skeleton. Ooh, that type ish. And then you end up all out of your miracle whip and becoming upset and disturbed. And it was just a test. You will be given tests to make sure you're ready, to make sure you're ready, just like you're ready at this door. You are ready. You're ready. Keep that same energy through the ups and downs and turnarounds. We're here on planet Earth to learn, all of us, whether we're chosen or not. That's the one thing that many don't want to consume. I have to be mindful of my words. Many don't want to consume that we are put here to learn. Whether the situation hurts us, is sad, whatever we consider it to be. We're put here to learn. It's nothing less or more going on but learning. And when we don't learn, some people, not all, choose to stay in situations and keep repeating it. They just stay in a cycle and just keep going like a washing machine on spin, like a hamster on the wheel, moving fast but going nowhere. Okay? So be mindful. You will be tested. But the test is not to hurt you. It's to strengthen you. It's to wisen you. To make you stronger, smarter. To show you how to move about. Show you how to beat to your own drum. And that the life you thought you were living, you thought you knew something, that you really know nothing at all. So be easy. Don't become angry and upset at what you are learning either. Somebody needs to hear this. Mm-hmm. Don't become upset and don't become confrontational. Be willing to listen. Be willing to listen. But you're going to do wonderful. You're going to do wonderful. You're going to learn how to listen. You're going to learn. You're going to learn how to listen. If you don't know, now you know. You know. What is that? B.I.G. Notorious? Notorious. You're going to learn. Nothing happens overnight. You're not in a race. And make it your own. Okay? And just relax. Relax. And it's not all bad. It's fun. Relax. It's what you make it. Life is what you make it. Life is always what you make it. Relax. Mm-hmm. There's somebody that know that this path is for them, but they've been kind of indecisive. And so this is your confirmation. You don't have to be indecisive about it. Maybe you like watching divination and you don't know why you're drawn to it. It's not that you're addicted. You click on videos because you're having a spiritual nudge. You're being intrigued. Ancestors are communicating with you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's okay to learn and grow. You don't need permission. Mm-hmm. Confirmation. And remember, when you're not doing what other people are doing, they're going to have that opposing energy. Don't let it fade you. Hang in there, friend. Later.